What if I told you that your daily walk, that simple, reliable routine you've trusted for years, might not actually be the best thing for keeping your body strong after 60? I know that sounds surprising. For decades, walking has been called the perfect exercise. But new research is proving something remarkable. While walking is good for your heart, there are 5 other exercises that can do even more for your balance, strength, and even your brain. And the best part? You can do all of them at home. No gym, no fancy equipment. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which 5 movements can help you stay independent, confident, and in control of your body for years to come. Now, before we dive in, let me be clear about something. Walking is wonderful. It keeps your heart healthy, gets you outside, clears your mind. If you love your daily walk, please keep doing it. But here's what most people don't realize. Walking alone doesn't challenge your muscles enough. It doesn't train your reflexes. And it barely touches the coordination and balance systems that keep you safe from falls. Think about it. When was the last time walking helped you open a stubborn jar? Or gave you the strength to catch yourself when you stumbled? Or made getting up from a low chair feel effortless? Those everyday moments, the ones that define independence, require a different kind of strength. And that's exactly what these 5 exercises are designed to build. The science is actually fascinating. Research institutions, including studies supported by organizations focused on aging and longevity, have found that targeted functional movements can outperform traditional walking in nearly every measure that matters after 60. Muscle power, fall prevention, reaction time, and even cognitive sharpness. We're talking about exercises that take less time but deliver more of what your body truly needs. So, let me walk you through these 5 movements. Each one targets something specific. Together, they create a complete system for staying strong, stable, and fully alive in your body. Whether you're 61 or 81, these aren't just workouts, they're tools for reclaiming freedom. Let's start with the first upgrade. Imagine you're reaching for something on a high shelf, or picture yourself pushing open a heavy door. Maybe you're lifting a bag of groceries into the car. All of these moments require upper body strength, and here's the truth. After 60, that strength fades faster than almost anything else. Your chest, shoulders, arms, and core, they're your silent protectors. They help you catch yourself if you trip. They keep your posture upright. They give you the power to move through the world without feeling fragile. But walking doesn't train them at all. That's where counter push-ups come in. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Push-ups? Those are for athletes, for young people in gyms. But stay with me, because counter push-ups are completely different. They're gentle, joint-friendly, and incredibly effective. You never have to get on the floor. You use a kitchen counter or a sturdy table, and you work at an angle that feels right for your body. What makes this movement so powerful is how much it activates at once. Your arms press, your shoulders stabilize, your core engages to keep your body straight. Even your legs are working to hold you steady. It's a full-body conversation happening in one simple motion. Recent studies, ones published in journals focused on functional aging, found that older adults who practiced incline push-ups just a few times each week saw improvements in upper body power in the range of 40 to 50% within just weeks. But here's what really caught researchers' attention. Reaction time improved too, by around 20%. That means faster reflexes, better balance, and fewer falls. Think about what that means in your daily life. Getting out of bed becomes easier. Pushing yourself up from a chair takes less effort. If you start to lose your balance, your body responds quicker, catching you before you fall. This isn't just about looking strong, it's about living strong. So how do you do it safely? Stand facing your kitchen counter or a sturdy surface. Place your hands about shoulder width, apart on the edge. Step your feet back until your body forms a straight line from your head down to your heels. Now, slowly, and I mean slowly, lower your chest toward the counter. Pause for just a moment, then press yourself back up with control. Start with just 6 to 8 repetitions. Don't rush. Quality matters far more than quantity. As you get stronger, work your way up to 12 or 15. The key is keeping your core tight, never letting your hips sag, and breathing steadily throughout. Now, a word of caution. If you have an unhealed shoulder injury or wrist pain, you'll want to skip this one or talk to your doctor first. You can modify it by standing closer to the counter, which makes it easier, or by placing your hands on a higher surface like a wall. Listen to your body. It will tell you what feels right. This simple movement is your gateway to strength and dignity for years to come. Because every rep you do is a message to your body. I'm not giving up. I'm getting stronger. Now that your upper body is awake, let's move to the foundation, your legs, where confidence truly begins. Have you ever noticed that walking feels harder than it used to? Maybe stairs seem steeper, or standing up from a low chair takes just a little more effort than it should. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. And here's the surprising truth. The problem isn't in your feet or even your knees. It's in your thighs. The muscles at the front of your thighs, your quadriceps, and the ones around your hips, these are the powerhouses that control almost every step you take. They lift your legs, they stabilize your pelvis, they get you up from sitting and keep you steady when you're standing. But as we age, these muscles weaken rapidly, and once they go, so does your mobility. Walking helps maintain what you have, but it rarely rebuilds what you've lost. That's where straight leg raises come in. This movement is deceptively simple. You lie down, you lift one leg, you lower it back down. But what it does inside your body is profound. It targets exactly the muscles that control your walking speed, your stair climbing ability, and your capacity to rise from a chair without using your hands. Studies from archives focused on physical medicine and rehabilitation have shown that older adults performing leg raises several times per week improved their walking speed by over 20%, and their stair climbing ability by more than a third, all within a matter of weeks. That's not just impressive, it's life-changing. But there's more. This exercise also strengthens the deep core stabilizers around your pelvis. These muscles keep your spine aligned and reduce lower back pain. So, you're getting a 2-for-1 benefit: stronger legs and a healthier back. Here's how to do it. Lie on your back on a firm surface, a yoga mat, your bed, even the floor with a towel underneath. Bend one knee and keep that foot flat on the ground. The other leg stays straight. Now, slowly lift that straight leg up about 12 to 18 inches. Hold it there for 3 seconds, feeling the muscles in your thigh working. Then lower it down with control. Start with 6 repetitions on each leg. As you build strength, work up to 12 or 15. Remember, slow and controlled beats fast and sloppy every single time. If you have a recent hip replacement or severe lower back pain, you'll want to avoid this exercise or modify it. You can do it while seated or place a rolled towel under your knee for support. If your back arches off the floor, that's your body telling you to reduce the range of motion and tighten your core a bit more. This is how you rebuild the strength to move through life, one strong step at a time. Because independence isn't something you lose overnight. It's something you protect every single day with small, intentional actions. Strong legs are your foundation. But balance is your insurance policy. Let's build that next. Let's be honest for a moment. Stairs can become intimidating after 60. Maybe your knees protest a little. Maybe your balance feels shakier than it used to. Or maybe you've just started avoiding stairs altogether because they don't feel safe anymore. But here's the thing. Avoiding stairs is like giving up a little piece of your freedom each day. It limits where you can go, what you can do, who you can visit. And the more you avoid them, the harder they become. So what if I told you there's a way to reclaim that confidence? A movement so simple you can practice it anywhere, but so powerful it trains your strength, coordination, and stability all at once. It's called the step-up. Step-ups are one of the most functional exercises you can do because they mimic real-world movement. Every time you step onto a curb, climb onto a bus, or go upstairs, you're doing a step-up. By practicing this movement in a controlled way, you're training your body for the exact challenges you face every single day. Research from organizations focused on geriatric health has found that older adults who practice step-ups just a few times each week improved their lower body power by close to 50% and cut their fall risk by more than half. That's enormous, because falling isn't just scary, it's life-altering. One fall can change everything. But step-ups do more than prevent falls. They activate your glutes, your quadriceps, your calves, and your core, the exact muscles that decline fastest with age. When you train them together in this coordinated movement, you're not just building muscle, you're rebuilding confidence with every single step. Here's how to do it safely. Find a sturdy low step. It could be a stair in your home, a small platform, or even a sturdy box. Something between 4 and 8 inches high is perfect to start. Stand facing the step. Now, place your right foot fully on the step and press through your heel to lift your body up. Bring your left foot up to meet it, then step back down with control. Start with 6 to 8 repetitions on each leg. If you need to hold onto a counter or railing for balance, do it. There's no shame in support. Safety first, always. As you get stronger, you'll find yourself needing that support less and less. If you have knee osteoarthritis or you've had recent hip surgery, you'll want to start with a lower surface or check with a physical therapist first. Never rush this movement. Slow and steady builds strength safely. Speed builds nothing but risk. Remember, you're not just stepping up, you're stepping back into your power. Every time you practice this movement, you're telling your body, I am capable, I am strong, I am in control. Your body's getting stronger, your balance is sharper. Now let's add endurance, the kind of strength that lets you hold yourself steady no matter what life throws at you. There's one silent signal that aging is catching up with us, and it's this. Standing up from a chair starts to feel harder than it used to. That slow fade in leg strength doesn't just steal your mobility, it steals your confidence. But there's a way to take it back, and you don't even have to move a muscle to start. Wall sits. Wall sits are one of the most underrated exercises for people over 60. Why? Because they build exactly the kind of strength you use in daily life. Sitting, standing, lifting, and catching yourself if you start to fall. They train your muscles to hold steady under pressure, and they do it all without any impact on your joints. Studies from longevity-focused research centers have shown that older adults who practice wall sits just a few times per week for several weeks improve their lower body endurance by over 50% and reduce knee pain by nearly half. But here's what's truly fascinating. Brain scans showed increased activation in the motor cortex. That means your brain is literally retraining itself to move better. Think about that for a moment. You're not just training muscle, you're training the connection between your brain and your body. You're improving the communication system that keeps you coordinated, balanced, and quick to react when you need it most. And the beauty of wall sits, you don't need weights, fancy equipment, or even much space. Just a wall and your own body weight. Here's how to do it. Stand with your back against a wall. Slide down slowly until your thighs are roughly parallel to the floor, like you're sitting in an invisible chair. Your knees should be above your ankles, not jutting forward. Your back stays flat against the wall, and now you hold. Start with just 15 to 30 seconds. It might not sound like much, but you'll feel it. Work your way up gradually to a full minute. Rest for a moment, then repeat 2 or 3 times. Breathe deeply and steadily throughout. Never hold your breath. Now, if you have uncontrolled high blood pressure or severe knee arthritis, you'll want to skip this exercise or talk to your doctor first. You can modify it by sliding down only partway, creating a gentler angle, or use a stability ball between your back and the wall for extra support. The key is finding the version that challenges you without causing pain. Wall sits don't just build muscle. They build resilience exactly where you need it most. They teach your body to stay strong under pressure, to hold steady when it matters. And that kind of strength, that's the kind that protects your independence. Now you might be wondering, what about the brain itself? What about keeping your mind as sharp as your body? That's where our 5th exercise comes in, and it might surprise you. Let's talk about something we don't usually associate with exercise: your brain. Yes, your brain. Because staying strong after 60 isn't just about muscles and balance. It's about keeping the control center sharp, responsive, and resilient. The 5th exercise is called the dead bug. I know, the name sounds funny, but this movement is one of the most powerful things you can do after 60, not just for your core, but for your cognitive health, your balance, and your spinal protection. Studies from major clinical institutions have found that seniors who practice cross-body core movements like this several times per week showed improvements in balance of around 40%, reductions in back pain of roughly a quarter, and here's the stunning part: measurable increases in brain connectivity between the left and right hemispheres. Why does that matter? Because that kind of neural activation is linked to better memory, sharper thinking, and even lower risk of age-related cognitive decline. Every controlled movement you make is like sending a message to your brain: I'm still sharp, I'm still coordinated, I'm still here. Unlike crunches or planks, which can strain your neck and back, the dead bug trains deep stabilizer muscles that protect your spine. It improves your body's ability to control movement under pressure. And it does all of this while you're lying comfortably on your back. Here's how to do it. Lie on your back on a firm surface. Extend your arms straight up toward the ceiling. Bend your knees at 90 degrees, like a bug on its back. Now, here's where the magic happens. Slowly lower your right arm back behind your head while extending your left leg straight out, hovering just above the floor. Keep your core tight and your lower back pressed flat against the ground. Return to the starting position. Then repeat on the other side. Left arm back, right leg out. That's one full repetition. Start with just 5 to 8 reps per side. Focus on moving slowly and with control. If it feels too challenging at first, just practice moving your arms or your legs separately. There's no rush. Progress happens in small, steady steps. If you have unmanaged lower back issues or neck pain, you'll want to modify or skip this exercise. You can place a small towel under your lower back for support, or keep your knees bent instead of straightening your legs fully. Always keep the movement slow, controlled, and your core gently engaged. This isn't just a core move, it's brain training in disguise. Every time you coordinate opposite sides of your body, you're building neural pathways, strengthening the mind-body connection that keeps you balanced, sharp, and confident. Now you know the 5 exercises, but here's the thing. They're even more powerful together than they are alone. Let me show you why. Think of your body like a team. Each player has a specific role. Your upper body provides pushing power and posture. Your thighs give you walking and standing strength. Your legs and core work together for balance and coordination. Your endurance keeps you going, and your brain ties it all together. Walking is wonderful, but it really only trains one player on the team, your cardiovascular system. These 5 exercises train the whole team. Counter push-ups wake up your upper body and core. Straight leg raises rebuild your thigh and hip power. Step-ups train coordination and real-world movement. Wall sits develop the endurance to hold yourself steady. And the dead bug strengthens the brain-body connection that keeps everything working in harmony. Together, they mimic the demands of daily living. They prepare you for the actual movements you need: lifting, reaching, climbing, sitting, standing, balancing, reacting. That's what functional strength means. It's not about how much weight you can lift in a gym. It's about how confidently you can move through your life. This is the science of synergy. One exercise is good. 5 exercises working together? That's transformational. But I know what you might be thinking. This sounds great, but how do I actually fit this into my life without feeling overwhelmed? Let me make this really simple for you. You don't need an hour. You don't need a gym. You don't even need to do all 5 exercises every single day. Here's what works. Pick a time that fits naturally into your routine. Maybe it's right after breakfast. Maybe it's before your favorite TV show. Maybe it's mid-morning when you have the most energy. Tie it to something you already do, and it becomes easier to stick with. You can do all 5 exercises in about 10 minutes, 2 minutes each, or even less if you're just starting out. Or, if that feels like too much, rotate them. Do counter push-ups and leg raises on Monday, step-ups and wall sits on Wednesday, dead bugs, and a repeat of your favorite on Friday. There's no perfect formula. The only rule is this: consistency beats perfection every single time. You don't need to be perfect. You need to show up. Even if you only do 3 reps instead of 10. Even if you hold a wall sit for 10 seconds instead of 30. That's still progress. That's still you choosing strength over surrender. Some days will feel easier than others. Some days you might skip a session entirely, and that's okay. Life happens. What matters is that you come back. Because every single rep, every single hold, every single movement is an investment in your future self. Start small, build gradually, be patient with yourself. Your body is wise. It will adapt. It will respond. And one day, not too far from now, you'll notice something has shifted. Getting up from a chair feels easier. Stairs don't seem so steep. Your balance feels steadier, and you'll realize this is working. Now, before you start, let's talk about how to move safely and smartly, because your well-being always comes first. Here's something I want you to remember. Effort is good. Pain is not. When you're doing these exercises, you should feel your muscles working. You might feel a gentle burn or fatigue. That's effort, and that's exactly what you want. But if you feel sharp pain, stabbing sensations, or something that just doesn't feel right, stop. Your body is talking to you. Listen. Always breathe steadily throughout every movement. Never hold your breath. Breathing keeps oxygen flowing to your muscles and your brain. It keeps you calm and controlled. Inhale on the easier part of the movement. Exhale on the harder part. Simple as that. Support your balance whenever you need to. Hold on to a counter, a chair, a railing. There is absolutely no shame in using support. In fact, it's the smart thing to do. Confidence comes from feeling safe, not from taking unnecessary risks. And please, if you have any medical conditions, chronic pain, recent surgeries, or concerns about your health, talk to your doctor or a physical therapist before starting a new exercise routine. This isn't just legal advice, it's wisdom. Your body is unique, and a professional can help. You adapt these movements to fit your specific needs. Move slowly, move with intention, and give yourself permission to modify, adjust, and make these exercises your own. This isn't about proving anything to anyone. It's about honoring your body and giving it what it needs to thrive. Safety isn't a limitation, it's a foundation. When you move safely, you build trust with your body, and that trust, that's what gives you the courage to keep going. Now, let's talk about something most people don't expect. These exercises don't just strengthen your muscles, they transform your entire life in ways you might not see coming. Have you ever noticed that when your body feels strong, your mood lifts? When you move well, you sleep better? When you feel capable, your confidence grows? That's not a coincidence. Movement is medicine, not just for your muscles, but for your mind, your mood, and your whole sense of self. Research consistently shows that physical activity is deeply connected to cognitive and emotional resilience. Seniors who engage in regular strength and balance training report better sleep, improved mood, sharper mental clarity, and a greater sense of independence. When your body feels stable, your mind follows. When you know you can trust your legs to carry you, your balance to catch you, your strength to support you, something shifts inside. Fear fades, confidence grows. You stop seeing yourself as fragile and start seeing yourself as capable. That's the hidden gift of these 5 exercises. Yes, they make you physically stronger, but they also remind you of something essential. You are not fragile. You are adaptable. You are resilient. And you are still very much in control of your story. Movement becomes a daily act of self-respect. It's you saying, I matter. My independence matters. My future matters. And that mindset, that belief in yourself, it radiates into every part of your life. So, yes, these exercises will strengthen your muscles and improve your balance, but they'll also strengthen your spirit, and that might be the most important benefit of all. So let's bring this all together, because what you've learned today is about so much more than exercise. If you've made it this far, I want you to know something important. This video wasn't just about 5 movements. It was about reclaiming something deeper, your strength, your balance, your independence, your future. For years, we've been told that walking is the gold standard after 60, and walking is wonderful. It's good for your heart, your mind, your soul. But it's only one piece of the puzzle. What you deserve is a routine that builds the kind of strength that actually protects your life. The strength to rise from a chair without effort. The balance to step off a curb with confidence. The resilience to keep moving, thinking, and thriving on your own terms. These 5 exercises, counter push-ups, straight leg raises, step-ups, wall sits, and the dead bug, they're not just alternatives to walking. They're smarter, more targeted tools backed by real science and real results. You don't need to do them perfectly. You just need to start. Progress, not perfection. That's the rule here. And remember this, you are not too old. You are simply undertrained in the right way. Your body is still capable of remarkable things. It's still adaptable. It's still strong. You just need to give it the right stimulus, the right movements, the right respect. Every rep you do is a small victory. Every movement is an act of self-care. Every session is you choosing strength over surrender, confidence over fear, life over limitation. You're not here to fade quietly. You're here to stay strong, stay sharp, and stay fully alive in your body for as long as possible. So, here's what I want you to do. Pick one exercise from this video, just one, the one that spoke to you, the one you want to try first. Maybe it's counter push-ups, maybe it's step-ups, maybe it's the dead bug because you love the idea of training your brain while you train your core. Leave a comment below and tell me, which of these 5 are you going to start with this week? I'd love to hear from you because your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear. Your courage might inspire someone who's been afraid to start. And if you found this video helpful, if it shifted something in you, if it gave you hope or clarity or a spark of motivation, please give it a like. Subscribe to this channel for more senior wellness tips that actually make sense. And share this video with someone you care about, someone who needs to hear that it's never too late to get stronger. Remember, you're not getting weaker, you're learning how to move smarter. Let's keep building strength, balance, and confidence together. One step, one rep, one day at a time. You've got this. And I'll be right here with you every step of the way.